Breaking news, Esteban Ocon is going to leave Alpine at the end of the season. Oh my god. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised, but at the end of the day, it is certainly a shock to unveil that piece of information after the drama at the Monaco Grand Prix, the prospect that potentially he might be dropped for Canada, but now it turns out the consequences of his actions are that Alpine is going to be dropping him at the end of the season. Oh
Hello?
My goodness.
I saw it coming.
Yeah.
I could see it coming at the start of the season.
Yeah.
There was a disconnect within that team, and one of them was going to give, and I knew it wasn't going to be Gasly.
Yeah.
Now, where does Ocon go from this?
Well, this is the thing. Like, I think first you got to reflect on the fact that Ocon and Gasly was never going to work long term, and they favoured Gasly because he's the most recent prospect to come into the team. Ocon's been there for a while, but also you got to look at Ocon's had the consistent issues with his teammates. So does this make him unemployable, or will her team actually pick him up? Because he is an experienced driver and he's not slow. So
he's quick. He's an experienced driver, but he's a problem child.
Yes.
Esteban Ocon's a problem driver because his track record with teammates is unbelievably bad.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that's what's held him back from even a chance at a big team.
Yeah, like a Mercedes when that was arising.
They know that Ocon, like the amount of crashes, the amount of money that it'll cause them, it's not worth it.
No. But there is rumours though recently, even before this breaking news happened, that he was going to be going to Haas.
Yes. I heard
that Haas seat. So it would be Haas and Behrman.
Replacing Magnussen with Ocon. Oh my God.
It'd be Ocon and Behrman, which isn't a bad lineup by any means. It's a quick lineup. It's
not, but you're just getting rid of one problem child for another problem child.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing, if that happens.
So, is this a case of Esteban Ocon leaving the sport, or do you reckon he will get a seat?
I think he'll get a seat. I think he'll get a seat at Haas.
You reckon it's more going to be a sideways move, not a oh, let's try and get a seat at one of the top teams. It's going to be a sideways move.
Yeah, he's going to stick in that mid to bottom field.
Yeah.
He's definitely not getting a big team. No chance.
No.
There's never a chance of that. But I can see him at Haas next season, him and Behrman.
But I can't say I'm surprised, and
I'm surprised.
And I mean, he could even end up at Audi. It could go either way, but I don't think, like, I agree with you, the top team. I guess this then begs the question: who replaces Ocon at Alpine next season? That's a really, really big question.
That is a big question, and it's a lot of thought because obviously you can go with Doohan.
I don't think he's good enough or experienced enough yet.
Yeah,
he needs more time, I think.
But then do you look at your experienced drivers? Like, I wouldn't say no to a Bottas Gasly partnership.
No, Bottas could go in there.
Yeah. What else have we got that could go?
I have no idea.
I think Alpine would want. I think they might probably want more of an experienced, quick driver of like a Bottas, Hülkenberg sort of level.
Yeah.
Could we see if Yuki doesn't get the Red Bull seat? Do you think Yuki's had enough and he'll go to Alpine?
I think the Honda ties with Aston Martin are probably going to lure him to Aston Martin eventually.
I know, but I mean, Fernando's there for 2 years now. Stroll is living off daddy. So, is there an opening for Yuki in the immediate future? No.
Alpine is a tough situation because that seat eventually was always going to end up in the hands of Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, he got basically coerced away from Alpine into McLaren. So it's Alpine are in a really difficult situation because you look at all the top teams. Alpine should be a top team, but the top teams, they all have drivers that are lined up for them. You know, Ferrari have got Oliver Behrman. Mercedes have Kevin Antonelli. Red Bull have a whole pool of drivers in their driver academy. even Aston Martin have got the ties with Honda coming in, potentially Yuki Tsunoda lined up to take Fernando's seat eventually. Alpine had Oscar Piastri, but they don't have Oscar Piastri anymore. They only have Jack Doohan, who, in my opinion, I don't think is good enough at this moment in time to make that step forward. So who do they get? Is it going to have to be Bottas? Is it going to have to be someone else?
I think if they can poach a Bottas, it's very good going.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine they just Ocon and Magnussen just swap.
Yeah. Oh my god! Imagine a straight swap. Oh my god. But I could genuinely see I don't think Magnussen's getting a seat next year.
No,
but I could see a Bottas. I think Bottas is that driver where he's linked to a lot of the midfield teams.
That's because he's a top driver.
Yeah.
Valtteri Bottas is a top, world-class driver.
Yeah.
And he goes criminally underrated.
So, yeah, that's the big breaking news for today. It's really up in the air. I mean, you don't know who's going to replace him. But, I mean, all I'm going to say now is, from now till the end of the season, Ocon is not listening to team orders whatsoever. There will be no fair game.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be absolute chaos. Ocon is going to send it on Gasly, even if he's told not to.
Well, he sends it on Gasly anyway. It doesn't matter.
I think we could be looking at a situation where potentially, if this carries on, the Monaco-esque, style of driving between both of them, I think Ocon we could see getting dropped before the end of the season, potentially. Alpine seem like the type to do it as well. If
Ocon becomes unhinged, I would not be surprised mid-season he's gone.
Yeah. But either way, let us know in the comments down below what you think about this breaking news. It's quite... it's a big start to the week, let's put it that way, before the Canadian Grand Prix.
Me for one, it's made my week so far. I quite enjoyed this news.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm happy.
Right, well, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Tuesday for the podcast. And, see you in a bit.